Jeff the Killer is one of the most iconic and popular creepypasta characters out there. I would say he even competes with Slender Man himself. And if you don't know who Jeff the Killer is, well, that's why I'm here. So grab some snacks and a drink and enjoy the video. Jeff was a 13-year-old boy who had recently moved to a new neighborhood, and he also had a brother named Lou. On their first day of school, they were approached by three bullies that go by Troy, Randy, and Keith. As Jeff and Lou were approached by the three bullies with knives, Jeff brutally beat up the three of them. However, there was one small problem. After they fought, Lou took the blame for it and was quickly arrested afterwards, putting Jeff into a depressed state of mind. Jeff was later attacked again at a party, and Jeff killed one of them. Okay, seriously, I have something to say. Why is Jeff at a party after his brother just got arrested? Like, I don't know if it's just me or what, but let's get back to his origins. During the fight, Jeff got covered in bleach and set on fire by Keith, and this was Jeff's breaking point. When Jeff woke up after that long day, he noticed he was at the hospital and his head was wrapped in bandages. A little bit after the bandages were taken off, it turned out that his face was deformed and ghastly pale from the bleach and fire. Now, the most shocking part of all is that Jeff was surprisingly happy about this happening to him. He laughed hysterically. However, the doctor thought some side effects was taking a toll on him after taking some painkillers, so he let Jeff go home. Later that day, Jeff's mother found him carving his face into a permanent smile so that he would never have to do it for himself again. And he also burned off his eyelids so he could always see his face no matter what. After his mother found him, she told her husband that they needed to kill Jeff because he's gone mad. Still, there was one problem. Jeff was already listening to them from a distance, so he caught them in the middle of their conversation and retaliated by murdering them in cold blood. A few moments go by and Lou returns home after he just got released. However, Jeff had no intention of keeping him alive. Before he plunges the knife into his body, he said, "Okay, I'll be real with you guys. Jeff the Killer backstory is buns. It's not good. And the reason why I say it's not good because it's just like too teenager-like, if you understand what I'm trying to say. It's way too teenager-like. And I'm not dissing teenagers. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm saying this because I feel like a teenager definitely wrote this that like kind of have like, you know, kind of like problems at their house and stuff like that. And that's fine, but like, what is this backstory, man? Like, what? I expected more. But like, okay, I see why Jeff the Killer snapped, but not to the extent where he like killed his parents, unalived his, you know, brother. It's like, it's not making sense. It's really not adding up to me. I don't know. It's weird to me. So I'm gonna give my good opinions on it and my bad opinions on it. Okay, so the good, or at least the iconic parts, is honestly for me, is Jeff starts off as a normal kid who gets bullied and attacked, which leads to his eventual descent to madness. This gives him a tragic element, making him like a victim before he becomes a villain. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something simple, you know, it's not entirely good, but it's not entirely bad, if you understand what I'm trying to say. I think the best thing about Jeff the Killer is his creepy transformation and the lore behind his looks. I believe it is alright. Him being burned with bleach and fire really just adds to the eerie visual. Okay, on to the bad or just cringe parts. Now, like I said, I don't mind Jeff the Killer's skin being white and why it happened in the first place, but I do think he should have more injuries on his face. It would just make more sense, and I don't think I need to explain this. However, I'm getting superhuman strength is honestly beyond me in every single way possible. So you're telling me that this guy snapped and he randomly got a Zenkai boost like this was Dragon Ball Z or something? Like, what is going on, bro? This is not Dragon Ball Z or any type of anime. This is not Naruto. This is not Black Clover. Why is bro getting superhuman strength? He's a regular dude. Okay, I know the video is supposed to be like scary and all, but like, I'm just so lost on how is bro getting superhuman strength. There is no explanation or nothing, bro. There's nothing. Like, I look on his abilities and I see, I'm like, how? Where's like, how did he get it? But let's get back to the video, man. I think another cringy or bad thing for me about Jeff the Killer is his dialogue. And I'm not referring to go to sleep. I'm talking about things like, it's all over now. Like, what is that? But I also don't like how his parents probably react to him losing his mind. It just seems off and strange. The first thing they thought about was literally killing the kid, which is pretty damn insane. Who thinks about killing their kid when they're going insane? Like, what? These are bad parents. Like, I don't know what to say, man. And the last bad thing for me is a lack of depth because unlike other better written warrior characters, Jeff doesn't really have much development besides him being bullied by some other losers. I really wish, well, not wish, that kind of sounds wrong to say, but they should have added more trauma into his life. Oh my gosh, this sounds so weird and wrong to say, but that being the sole reason he does what he does now is kind of just odd to me. Alright, enough about his backstory. Now I want to talk about what made Jeff the Killer so popular and whether he was a good influence or not. When it comes to why he is so popular, honestly, you could say the iconic image itself, but what about the mystery behind the image? And what I mean by that is the uncertainty about its origin. Was it a Photoshop edit or a real distorted photo? Well, we know the image was edited now, but I'm talking about the early 2010s when people believe it was a real person who looked like that. Not only that, but people also believe that he was somehow connected to some of the missing child cases. You can also say that the Creepypasta fandom helped with expanding his lore, such as alternate versions, fan stories, and crossover theories, making him a lasting internet horror icon. Now, like I said before, Jeff the Killer's story is pretty bad, it's mid, buns, corny. However, I will say this, the story is memorable of how bad it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you understand what I'm trying to say, you understand, but if you don't, I guess you don't. But the story is just like, he got bullied, became a psychopath, and then he just went out his way to kill people, even his family and his brother. I don't know why, but it's pretty dang bad, right? But it's still memorable. You just can't take that away from him. There's many more reasons why he is popular. It's things like when Creepypasta was getting mainstream traction, him getting added to horror game mods, Roblox, and Gary's mod. He even had his own game if that wasn't enough. Well, he had more than one game, but you get the point. Alright, the last thing I want to talk about is whether his influence was good or bad, and honestly, I don't think it was that bad, but there's still some problems, obviously. Starting off with the bad influence, some fans really misunderstood him, and I'm serious about that. There were a lot of people before when Jeff the Killer was popular at his time, thinking he was an anti-hero. Yes, you heard me correctly, an anti-hero. I don't even know if they know what anti-hero means at that point. And we also have those fans who obsess over him in healthy ways and odd ways, and some people used to mimic his looks, not to mention that people wrote disturbing content that just glorifies murder. And there are many more bad influences when it comes to Jeff, like toxic fan bases. I mean, these kind of things just come with the package, I guess. But at the same time, you really can't be mad, and I can't either, because like every fan base have some type of weird people, and we can all agree on that. Now, when it comes to good influence, I would say it inspires creativity. So think of things like Nina the Killer or Homicidal Lou, and yes, I'm referring to Jeff the Killer, elder brother Lou. So for Nina the Killer, she wanted to be like Jeff because she obsessed with him. So yeah. And for Lou, after he survived the attack from Jeff, he became a vigilante and started killing other serial killers, which is kind of cool if you ask me. But yeah, I think Jeff the Killer isn't that bad, just funny and corny. However, before I end off the video, there's one more thing I want to mention, and that is Donovan Nicholas. If you don't know who this guy is, he was a 14-year-old boy who idolized Jeff the Killer and did the unthinkable to his mother. Now, I'm not here to talk about true crime, so if you want to watch a video on that, link will be down below in the description. But this edgelord killed his mother because she took his phone away. After all, he was sending illegal photos of himself like nudes to his girlfriend, so she punished him by taking his phone. But like I said, I'm not here to judge the kid or talk about this case, so if you want to watch the video, link will be down below in the description. And that being said, if you guys like this video and type of content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit the notification button. Have a good one.